The shit I done seen got me traumatized. Tryna clear all the pain in my mama's eyes. And my daughter, she watching me closely. Tryna better myself like I should be. Had to chill out with all of that street shit. I came a long way, but don't push me. Rest in peace of my bro, it ain't right, though. 20 bands, nothing that's light sauce. Hit the booth and I turn all the lights off. Gotta get in my zone. Gotta turn on my phone. Cause all the smiles is fake and I see it. Bad guy, if I got out beat. Fat times, but I'm living with demons. Trap vibes from cashing out demons. No face, swear these bitches is heathens. But I don't need them though. Keep my moves quiet, you don't need to know. My no tools silent.
You want tickets?
Cause they thought I'd never make it. See me fall down and they celebrate it. Learn how to win with no demonstration.
I don't know.
Yo, what up?
What's good?
Prolific Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode number 4. As always, your boy checking in, Berto, along with my co-host.
My boy Will.
Hey, yo.
Boy Will. Who we got today?
We got a good one, as always. We got a good one, man. But you know, a good one is not as good without the intro. You just got to always have the proper intro. Respectfully. Respectfully. So let's talk about it. We got first of all, the tallest nigga I know in Miami-Dade County. Now he's because before it was us. So now we can't go out.
Y'all not short. Y'all not short at all.
Yeah, but you're shit.
It's funny because like when I first met him, I was just like, now I see where other people like feel towards us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, it's just like, damn, bro, what the fuck?
Like, how is it?
With all due respect.
Yeah. Nah, but I was like, God damn. 6'11". 11.
Yeah,
okay.
6'11".
Respectfully.
6'11 and a quarter.
And a quarter.
He's like, I missed 7, but
I just think 6'11" is more appealing than 6'11" than 7 foot.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like
you're right.
I feel like
1,000%.
Because I feel like if you say 7 foot, like maybe someone's capping. So it's like 6'11", like you're being humble about it.
Exactly. Like I'm right there.
Yeah, they're like, oh no, you're probably taller than that. So it's like they give you that extra inch.
Yeah, facts.
Pause.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Whoa, yeah.
Yo, you got that's two already.
Twice, bro, in a minute.
Twice, right?
God damn.
This hasn't been 5 minutes.
This is how it is. Let me know. I'll leave.
Listen, Providence, New York, we call them pauses on site. Yeah. Providence be like,
Yeah.
I guess y'all are just some young boys. You don't understand.
So, anyways, so we got a really good episode as always, man. Like, subscribe, everything, man. Follow us, follow the vibe on YouTube. But a very special guest, man. We have a person here that's went from security guard, where it all kind of started. If not, he's gonna go into it. But transitioned to luxury concierge, which is something that a lot of people don't tap into. Yeah. Concierge is concierge, but to hear luxury concierge, I can't wait to tap into that. Mm-hmm. A guy that wears many hats, entrepreneur, content creator, has 4 different businesses, 4 different entities, which I can't wait to tap into that. Fellow podcaster as well. Shout out to Combos with Bishop.
Appreciate that. Really cool gents. Yeah.
Calls himself, or he's known as the walking icebreaker, which I'm dying to know how he even got that. But ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who we're talking about the one and only from Miami. Well, not from Miami-Dade County. Not from Miami-Dade County.
I mean, fine. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, yeah.
This is the crib, though.
Floridian by default.
This is the crib. But ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marvel Bishop.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Welcome to the podcast.
You got the sound effects on that shit? Okay.
Little by little.
No doubt.
We broke out all the bells and whistles for you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Welcome to Prolific.
Yeah, we always do a cheers.
We're the Prolific brothers here.
Appreciate
Café
it.
con Leche Studios is what we call it.
Yes, sir. Part of the Prolific family now.
So before we get into me, pause.
Dog, there's gonna be.
It's on.
Can we get someone? Count.
Let's put some context. Let's put some context.
Count how many pauses the winner gets a fucking. The winner wins those J's.
We have 3. Hell no. That shit ain't no for a raffle. It's my shit. There's 3 people from up north states. Yeah. So you're gonna hear a lot of pauses and all this shit. And it's part of the conversation.
It's all love.
Part of real quick, like 30-second like elevator pitch. Like, how did y'all get Prolific? Like, where did that come from?
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we started this during COVID, but we were just kind of just bullshitting, you know, just like sitting around lit. We had nothing to do. We just chilled in his office and just talked shit and got drunk. But the Prolific, you know, obviously we appreciate what Nipsey standing for, and that kind of energy that he had, where it was like, yes, I'm intellectual, like I'm, you know, but don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? Like we're all about abundance and everything like that. But then at the same time, we come from where we come from. And if it comes to it, then that's a different story. It's a different story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Rather not, you know, want to say like, yeah, we tough, but it's just
he had he said it all. He just had we saw it and we're like, all right, let's dig deep into it. What is prolific besides the actual definition, abundance, and what we're trying to do here. You know what I mean? So it just made sense. Got that shit copyrighted, which we have to. There's a couple of little niggas on YouTube trying to do.
It's all good. You can get them out of there. Yeah, get them out of there. Yeah, it's all good.
Got the Glock.
Yeah, couple of
got the 17. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man. But yeah, welcome. Thank you for taking the time. Of course,
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you on here. Dying to chop it up with you, and our platform. We're trying to do what everybody else is doing, but we're not celebrities yet. So this platform and everybody that we bring on, it's like, hey, listen, we're all just trying to figure it out. We're all just trying to make it. But we all have value also that people are looking up to that don't and can't get that from the typical athlete, the typical, star, So that's where we come in, and that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're trying to do with this platform. So, you reached out to us, and we appreciate things like that. And we're like, you know what? Let's bring another brother on. He got a lot of things going on.
Fellow
for himself.
Dominican brother.
Fellow Dominican. We just
found out.
Shout out to
like quarter, like 25%. You know what I'm saying?
Aruba, Grenada.
My boy, we just call this boy
St. Thomas.
Call this boy the Bermuda Triangle. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to True. Shout out to Rome. It's Rome.
Shout out to Rome.
Shout out to
Shout out to True Brand in the building.
And I love that, man. I love that because what's funny? Not what's funny, but I love a couple things, and I'm gonna go into it. For one, I noticed that you use your name in a lot of your businesses, which I value and I love a lot, and I want to tap into that. But for two, I also see that a lot of times you're pushing local brands on what you wear, and you have a big platform. You know what I mean? So like that is big, and that's something I definitely want to commend you on.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people with the Gucci, the this, the Fendi, that. And
don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, man. Like we gotta.
Can I curse?
Man, listen. You can do whatever the fuck you want. All right.
Like I say to everyone that says that, just wait until I start talking.
Got you.
Yeah, season 1 and 2 was filthy.
Yeah, season 1 I had to dial it down.
Down a little bit.
Yeah,
they're like, why is Will always fucking cursing? Like, why is he always drunk and just cursing? I'm like, it's prolific, baby. We do everything.
Yo,
I am.
But let's get into it, man.
Yes,
Let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about the businesses, man. Like I said in the intro, a man of many hats. It's a lot of people have 9 to 5s. You have a lot of different businesses.
Yes.
Let's name a couple of them. Bishop Executive Services, which is your concierge.
My luxury concierge service. Yes.
Now, and I caught myself today because I'm like, he keeps hashtagging only the best. Only the best. BES. I was like, that's fucking good. I was like, yo, that's clever. Like BES.
Yes, sir.
So BES, Bishop Executive Services.
So I can actually get real quick with the meaning behind like the Bishop. Like, so Bishop is my last name, right? But so you guys play chess, right? So what does like the role of the bishop? Like, what is the role of the bishop when it comes to chess? They protect the king and the queen. They pretty much satisfy every single needs of the king and queen and pretty much everybody within that court. So bishop basically plays upon that as far as serving them and basically, catering to all their needs, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So like that's kind of like the play upon it.
So you're pretty much labeling your clientele as like your king and queens.
Yes.
Respect.
Yes,
you guys hearing this?
Yeah.
What concierge company is doing that?
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me. I've worked in nightlife and I've seen a lot of. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen like anything of that you've done yet to this day, and obviously, maybe I have.
Or maybe we have, but indirectly.
Indirectly, like
Yeah.
I've seen you in clubs and stuff like that. I didn't know what you were doing. I mean, at that point, I didn't know you had a concierge. I thought you were just.
How long ago was that?
My boy's like
last year.
Last year, yeah. So yeah, okay, cool. I thought it was like years ago, pretty much, but like
it was probably like last year, maybe a little bit longer than that. I know I saw you a few times, like Kiki. I saw you a few times, maybe other spots.
Yes, sir.
But I didn't know. I thought you were just Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son or some shit.
I mean, he got the height already. He's
right.
like, all right.
Yeah, I got you. Chilling on like $100 million contract.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Sunlight.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Something to pay the rent. But as far as coming from a very similar background as you, how do you feel coming from security to now businessman? How do you maneuver that? Because I know the vast majority of people, when they see a security, it's just like he's just a body. He's just like he's not a brain. He's just a body to just protect and
just a meat shield.
Yeah. So I mean, I know that like when I've had conversations with people, it's like, oh, you're a lot smarter than I thought you were. You know what I mean? Or you're a lot more intellectual. Now, for you having businesses and everything that you're doing, transitioning from, oh, I know him, he's the bouncer. You know what I mean? To now, oh, I know him, he's the businessman.
The luxury concierge host, like the person that's able to pretty much, handle everything. Because, like, when you think about security, right, you only think about one facet. You only think about one vertical. But when you think about, like, a person who can do concierge, like, the possibilities are endless. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, man, that's been, like, the hardest thing to kind of, like, transition to and to transform to, because me being 6'11", 355, and people only see me as, like, security.
Light flex. Continue.
He's like, 6'11", 365, I bench 365, squat, 4
or 5.
But I got the Hummer downstairs. You know what I'm saying?
But, like, just basically, like, getting people to understand, like, I do more than that was, like, and sometimes even now, like, it's still the hardest thing when it comes to, like, rebranding myself. Because people always know me as, like, Marvel Bishop's security guard, Marvel Bishop's bodyguard, which is fine, but, like, I'm more than that. Yeah. And I need to pretty much put myself in position so I can put my people on that are better than me and more qualified than me, so I can focus on what I'm great at. Not just security, but, like, just, like, overall, like, concierge. We're like, you know what? No, we can get you a security guard. We can get you transportation. We can get you a personal shopper. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that is one of the most difficult things, honestly. But it's getting there. Like, it's you always have to, like, retrain people all the time. You know what I'm saying? No, like,
who you are.
Yeah, like, I own a concierge company.
Yeah. Like, so do you feel ever, like, disrespected in a way?
Yes. Not to disrespect the people who just do private security. You know what I'm saying? I just know my lane.
He's like me.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm more of a hybrid anyway. Because at the end of the day, listen, like, my foundation is always security. So I can never go away from that.
It's and you've done it for what, 10 years?
About 10 years,
So it's in you. You know what I mean? So no matter what, you're going to result to just always having to have that mentality. But I asked you if you feel respected in the sense, like, how does it make you feel personally? You know what I mean? As a man, like, all right, I'm going to go into this business meeting and I know that they're going to be like, this guy's just, not saying that you are. I'm just saying that they're going to think in their head, like, oh, this guy's a security guy.
Yeah. No, it's you always have to treat people. You always have to teach people how to treat you. Yeah. Like, that's the main thing. So it's up to you to pretty much get them to understand, like, who you are and, like, what you pretty much bring to the table. And as of now, like, I don't necessarily get as offended as I used to, because, being a security guard or whatever, like, it's okay. Like, within that field, it is respected in some senses. But as of now, it's just always about, like I said, like, making sure that people know exactly what you do and, like, like, what you also bring to the table and, like, who you are. That's why, like, the type of content that I put out, like, I pretty much put myself there in the staple, like, hey, listen, like, this guy is a certain entity that is, hospitality concierge. So,
and I would assume it's a lot harder, especially when you're trying to make that transition, right? When you're probably like, all right, the security is cool, but, like, I'm really trying to go here. I know you mentioned one of your podcasts is, like, your passion, right? Like, at what point do you determine, like, from, like, paying the bills and making ends meet and side hustles to, like, yo, but, like, this is what I'm meant to do. Yeah. And I'm trying to go this way, but I keep getting pulled back this way.
So about 6 years ago, I was actually with a client. I was doing private security at Marion.
Shout out to Marion.
El Tucan, all them boys.
Yeah, Baoli.
Mr. Hospitality. Love those people. And I was actually taking care of this one client. And we was chilling, having a good time, whatever. And he looked at me. He was like, yo, I love what you do. I love what you pretty much, everything that you're encompassing or whatever. But, like, you seem a person that can actually be more than just a bodyguard. Like, you're personable. People love you. People gravitate towards you. You galvanize people. Yeah. Like, why don't you just think about maybe opening up a different side of, like, a hospitality type of company? Like, maybe not just security, but maybe tap into something else. Tap into something more broader, more encompassing. So you pretty much cover all verticals, because you're capable of it, and you're capable of actually finding those people. You know what I'm saying? So after that, it was like, okay, all right, cool, like, shit, all right. So now, like, how the fuck do I do it?
And wouldn't that be a conflict of interest?
For what?
Like, if you're security, but you're here dipping into, like, something else, but you're leveraging the relationships you're getting being a security. Yeah. But you're like, hey, but I also do this. You know what I mean? Isn't that kind of a conflict?
So it can be a conflict of interest. But that's where, like, the art and, like, being a master delegation happens. Yeah. So for me, I'm like, okay, so I'm a person, I can definitely do security. I'm definitely great at, but I can definitely be better at being like the CEO of Bishop Executive Services and being like the director of concierge. What do? I have to find other people who are actually better than me in those fields. Like for me, I'm not necessarily all about trying to
make the most money,
or better my weaknesses. Yeah. I'm all about diving into my strengths and finding somebody else to fill in my weaknesses.
Say that one more time, please, for my boy.
Sure, no problem. I'm all about diving into my strengths and filling and finding somebody else to fill in my weaknesses.
Don't give him any more. Yeah, he's just been bitching and moaning.
Nah, it's not bitching. It's not bitching
because he's lazy as fuck.
No, it's not bitching. It's not lazy.
I fall back, bro. What?
I told we've had it's our third season, so we're going on 2 years that we've been doing this. So we're 3 seasons in.
1 year that we've been taking it serious.
I got you.
Yeah, but 2 years that we've been doing it.
Yeah,
so it's been 2 years of back and forth.
Yeah, you guys been on it.
And I always tell him like, yo, I'm good at this, right? The structure, the blah 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 blah. He's like, yo, do something for the pot. I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I'll pay somebody to do that. People, so like that we just said, and I did on the last episode too. I'm like,
exactly. So
you have to on this now. I'm gonna do it on every episode until I think you get a little bit. It's like, you gotta focus.
Can you pass me that Jameson bottle?
But I think with growth, you need trust and you need to delegate. Yeah. If not, you can't grow.
Yes,
you know what I mean, because you have to understand what you're good at and focus on what you're good at, because what you're good at is going to take you to the next level, and whatever you're trying to build to the next level.
For your business to grow, you have to let go.
You have to let go, exactly. And especially for little things.
For your business to grow.
Tell him one more time.
First of all, you don't know the backstory, so don't jump on this motherfucker's bandwagon.
Ain't no bandwagon. I'm just talking facts.
I agree. I'm just saying we were in the building stage of it. So it's like, instead of spending the money that we could be using towards something else, why don't we learn this shit? Like I went YouTube University, which he hates when I say, but YouTube University, how to edit, how to do all this other shit, because why spend the money when I could just learn how to do it? You know what I mean? Now it's different. We're in better positions. So it's like, okay, now we can delegate. At that point,
so that's the full context, man. Exactly. You gotta give me the context, bro.
Nah, see, he wants to just tell a story.
I got lines of credit. I don't want to learn shit. I want to do what I'm good at.
But we're at that point
pay
now.
The rest of the people to do the rest of the shit.
Now.
Anyways,
moving forward.
Back to Bishop, man.
All right, you're not allowed to talk for 3 minutes.
All right, take it over. Take it over.
Is there anybody now? You said like you transitioning from security to concierge. Was there anybody that you reached out to in particular in hospitality in Miami that kind of gave you any gems or anything that kind of you can give credit to?
Not directly.
Mentors? Any mentors?
Yeah. So, number one, like the people, like the top 5 people that I look up to when it comes to concierge, Justin Hensley. I always fuck up their name, bro. Rockstar Lifestyle Entertainment.
Yeah, you got like J-Rock
and them. You know what I'm saying? Like I always I didn't necessarily like reach out to them, but like I kind of like look from afar as far as what they do and pretty much kind of like mirror them basically. Toby Knight. Okay. From back then Limitless Concierge. Now he's Knight Luxury Group. Who else? Purple.
Who's homeboy?
Who?
He's like Egyptian or some shit. Not Ecom.
Not Ecam. I was gonna say Ecam. Well, Ecam's not really Egyptian.
Ecom is French. No, it's the other guy. It's another
guy. Well, not Egyptian, but the Timmons brothers. You know Timmons brothers?
I can't.
They specifically like they're like monsters in like the concierge realm, like Story, Live, all of them. They're not necessarily like, I don't think they're really into it as of right now. They're like kind of transitioning to other things.
So did you ever reach out to anybody?
Yeah, I mean,
because like I said, like I'm saying we, but you going from security to something like, it's still nightlife. You know what I mean? But it's like, now it's business. It's not just me posted up, ready to go whenever, if anything pops
it's
off.
a lot. Okay, so
it's a lot different.
Yeah, so who I reached out to was pretty much all the venues that like I went to, because what I used to do was I used to like hit up promoters or whatever and be like, hey, I got a client I'm doing security for, I need this, this, and this. Can you please get me this minimum and get me this table? Now I'm like, I can do that shit myself.
Facts. So at that time when you were doing it, did you ever get a cut at security?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. There were a lot of people that did say that they were going to do it, but
they don't fucking do it.
Yeah,
yep.
Exactly.
Been there, done that.
But it's all good. It's all good.
It's all love.
Yeah, it's all love. You know what I'm saying?
It's all part of the building process.
It's all part of the building process. So for that, like what I did was like I like grassroots, like literally like Living Story was really like the easiest part because I used to work for Story, work at Story. You know, I used to work for David Grumman, so like that was cool. Living Story was cool, but then like some other venues were a little bit harder to get into as far as like getting that contract so I could get commission because they don't necessarily let.
Are you comfortable naming?
No, I'm not gonna name them because I'm cool with them now.
Like, fuck you.
No,
edit that out.
All of them, as of right now, like I have contracts pretty much with all of them right now. And I get pretty significant commissions off of them right now. And
Are you comfortable
I
saying?
just,
Are you comfortable saying?
yeah. Some of them are 5%, some of them are 7%, some of them are 10, 15.
Yeah.
It just
I know, like
depends.
around, it's like 7 usually percent.
7,
usually.
yeah, 7, 5 to 7 is usually like the regular ones. Like 11, I get.
Now, do
I
you
get
do
10.
now? Just because what I'm trying to do is because I know a lot of people don't understand how concierge make their money. Now, do you do
10.
now? Just because what I'm trying to do is because I know a lot of people don't understand how concierge make their money.
Mm-hmm.
So, just for the people,
Yeah.
that maybe want to be concierge in
Of
Miami,
course,
Now, is it 7% total off bottles, food, or is it just liquor?
Usually it's just liquor bottles, like actual bottles.
So if they buy the fucking Parade of Dom P,
You get that.
14, 15K, 7% of
Yes.
the 15 or like the taxes, all that shit.
No, just what the minimum is. So if you have a minimum of 10K, then if it's 10% of that, you get 1,000 of that. You don't, not tax and gratuity. That does not count.
But like, so if they have a minimum of 10K, but they end up spending 25,
Then I still get that.
you get the
Oh,
25.
okay, yeah. It's not, you don't get just the minimum.
No, just tax and gratuity are just not included
Yeah.
into pretty much into that.
Okay, cool.
But for me, what I do is, and this is how I make my money.
Hold up.
I'm gonna let you press this button right here. I'll let everyone press this button.
Yep.
The red one. Yep.
For me. Now you can continue.
That's
Okay. All right, cool. So,
For you.
for me, that kind of threw me off a little bit. I'm sorry. For me,
That's what we're here for. You know
what I do is that I pretty much get paid off not only on the back end, but I also get paid on the front end.
Okay, explain.
So it depends on what exactly they want as far as like, my clients. If it's like, usually I have like 3 tiers. So it's either I pretty much am a remote person when it comes to like giving them access and I kind of do it with them or I do it for them. So the highest level is the 24/7 concierge approach where I pretty much get my team pretty much gets a premium on the services we provide. Logistics, liaison work, advanced work, bookings, reservations, just like literally like kind of quarterbacking pretty much everything to make sure that everything is smooth.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when it comes to concierge, like everything is about flow. There should be no buffer whatsoever.
just let the
when
night go.
Just let the night go, but then also you need to like, there's a lot of things that you need to really take account of to make sure that the night is as smooth as possible. Like I'll give you an example. Like if you go to Live, you got to do advanced work when it comes to, making sure like, the table's ready, making sure that, your clients are there, having all of their credentials as well too, making sure they're also dressed as well. They go in, make sure that nobody's at the rope as far as like making sure that they go in as soon as they get there. Like that's the part of the service.
yeah.
Like you know what time it is.
So the thing is, like, it's funny because I've worked with clients that really didn't give a fuck, but then there's also clients that's just like, bro, I better not fuck. If when that gets that table, that table better be ready. Like,
okay, all right,
and I understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to just be standing there with my dick in my hand, just like watching, waiting for the busters to come and
So now here's a trick. So it depends on what kind of client you have. You either have clients that kind of like the parades when it comes to the bottles and everything else too, or you have certain clients that just want to just get there and have their bottles ready.
Yeah.
So what you do is you either get their credit card and ID and pretty much pay for the table, or if you pretty much have it, you can actually pay it for yourself.
Get the points.
And get the points. Yes,
That
exactly. Amex all day. and you can kind of, get, kind of cut, skin the cat, that way. Yeah. So that's what a lot of people don't necessarily realize where like, I have this one particular client where like, we cannot stop. Like,
His shit is like
not
Coco.
physically stop, but like we cannot stop. So for instance, like if we pick them at East Miami, right? We go there we get in the Sprinter. The music needs to be playing
already,
ready to fucking go. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Get the girls You know what I'm saying? Everyone's pretty much there. Then get to live. Then pretty much get him out of there. Then go pretty much, to the rope, not stopping, get them into pretty much a section. It's like it's like a train where the train cannot stop at all. Because they pay for that.
Until he's on a flight back wherever the fuck he came from.
Yeah, no, literally.
It's literally all gas, no brake pads. Literally, they don't. And I get it. At that point, you're really not, because the thing is that when you stop, if you have to wait for a table, you're literally just sitting there like.
Yeah. With the sprinter, right? So with the client, he wants to make sure that the bottles are ready. He wants to make sure the drinks are ready when it comes to the sprinter as well too. The music is already playing before he gets to the friggin' sprinter. Then he gets there to the club. Then he wants to make sure there's no buffer. He doesn't wait at the rope. Then I already have his credit card and ID, so I have to wait and actually have him pull out the credit card ID, because that also takes time too. So I have that, pay for the friggin' table. We walk him in, and then with him specifically. We just make sure we have all the bottles that he pretty much needs. He doesn't really care about the presentation. He just wants the bottles pretty much there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've been with people that they don't want the show. It's just give me the bottles, relax. I don't want the attention. Yeah. So
and another thing too is kind of piggyback for what you do. Another thing is that whenever it's very, very important how to know where the bathroom is.
Everything
is, you know what I'm saying?
Everything.
In the clubs,
exit strategies.
You have to, bro.
Everything.
Let's talk about it. When it comes to servicing people and really bringing out and really having a luxury white glove service, if you do concierge or bodyguarding, in the venues, you can't not know where the fucking bathroom is. I've seen that before.
Then they look at you are you fucking serious?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then also too, on top of that, doesn't matter if it's a low ass, a low level DJ, or if it's Tiesto, you have to be able to friggin' maneuver throughout the friggin' clubs as quick as possible.
I mean, and that's why I'm saying he was saying it was does that kind of hinder you? But I feel like doing private security helps you.
It does.
Because you already have the connections, so you kind of know the people. Maybe if your client wants the DJ to play a song, you know what I mean? You've already been at that club, you know the DJ.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in the sense of exit strategies, bro, we're going to get out, live. You have that back little secret fucking the VIP
which
hallway.
I have access to whenever I need it.
Exactly. So shit like that is where it's instead of having to go through the main people the peasants, the main entrance the peasants, you're nah, we're gonna go through here, go through the back, whatever, boom, 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 and you have the logistics. That's the word I'm looking for. I've been trying to fucking get it, but logistics.
You have to do what you can to pretty much make sure that you have your client feel as special as possible.
Yeah, they want to feel like the fucking man or the woman.
They want to feel the king and the queen of
the bishop.
Yeah, exactly. The bishop has to pretty much handle that and make sure they feel accounted for, they feel safe. They're also having a great time as well too. But I also do think that when it comes to me doing security in the beginning, also now doing concierge, the maybe I kind of personalize it a little bit too much, because as of right now I'm thinking about it, right? And when the liquor's hitting.
Shout out to J-Mo.
Yeah, shout out to J-Mo.
Sponsorship whenever you want. We got the email right here. The ad right here.
Yeah, facts. It actually is a double tangent when it comes to the respect, where people know who I was as far as doing security, but now I'm doing concierge. So now they double respect me.
So then I'm gonna challenge you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna challenge you, because then it's contradicting though, because you're saying now
I'm a walking contradiction. It's fine.
I thought you were the walking
icebreaker. Other than that.
So I'm saying, the vast majority, how do you feel as if how are people respecting you coming from security? Now you're a concierge, you're a businessman. Granted, you make the connections. If I go back to all the clubs I've worked at, I have people, yo, you know what I mean? It's whatever. It's still love because they remember. You know what I mean? Yeah. So is that what you're saying? Or is it you're saying that they're respecting you because you're a businessman now, opposed to security? Because what we talked about earlier was the people are not really respecting you as a businessman,
as a security,
because they know you as security. Bishop, the security. And be real.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Because you got a truth shirt on, so I need you to tell the truth.
Live your truth. Right? Right. Yeah.
We don't have that one yet.
Hey yo.
Yeah, that was a good matchup.
I think, man, that's a good question.
That's all we have here in Prolific Podcast.
That's a really good. That's
that's
a really good question. Now you got me a little bit.
And you could be, I mean, like, bro,
It's,
you're in a building process, so it's cool if people aren't. You know what I mean? Because eventually they're going to have no other choice but to.
Like, I've had no situation where, like, people, like, would disrespect me.
Yeah, but that's
never going to happen.
You know, that's different. Because it's like, all right, do I want to disrespect and get my ass beat? Or do I want to just, like, be like, oh, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? But I'm talking about, like, where you can feel like, okay, like, these people are taking me seriously.
Yes.
Not disrespect. I'm saying taking seriously.
No, I'm definitely being taken seriously as much, way better, like, the most right now. Okay. Honestly. Because I think the way I'm getting respected more is because how I handle myself when I'm out in the clubs and out in the venues. Yeah. I'm not one of these concierge hosts where, because at the end of the day, like, my foundation is security. So, like, I probably maybe have maybe one or maybe two drinks, but I'm not out here getting belligerently drunk with my clients.
You're working at the end of the day.
I'm working at the end of the day, and a lot of these friggin' fuck boys or fuck promoters and fuck hosts out here, they just think that, okay, since they're friggin' hosting or whatever, and they have the ability to pretty much drink, they can just drink their friggin'
because they get the little bottle for free.
Even if they're working. And no, that's the difference. I think that is one of the biggest differences with me. And also, too, I must say that me being a
8 foot tall person,
8 foot tall
giant
black man in this industry.
Yep. I wanted to tap into that too.
Like, having the type of respect and having, like, the type of honor that I do have is very, very rare, because there's not many of me out there at all.
So you're the concierge unicorn?
The concierge black unicorn. That's what I think. Yeah. I'm heading there. I'm definitely.
And you heard it first. On Point of the Podcast. Like, subscribe.
Yeah. No. Like for real. Because usually people.
No, I know from working in the industry. I don't really. There's none. They're all. They all pretty much look very similar.
Yeah.
Very
similar.
Facts.
And then usually, like, when you do have the black men that do work in the industry, they're just security guards. Yeah. They're just bodyguards.
They're like the beginning of nightlife. Where do you start up? Security
or the drug dealers.
But you're like way above that.
Facts.
You learn how to leverage that, and you became something better. Now I have a question. I haven't had like 17 questions, but I didn't want to interrupt because the dialogue.
Go ahead.
So I know you also got Bishop Premier Services.
Yes.
So what is the difference between Bishop Premier Services and Bishop Executive?
So the Bishop Premier Services
transportation?
No. So Bishop Executive Services is luxury concierge, transportation, and executive protection. Bishop Premier Services is primarily a staffing agency, and we actually just focus on primarily commercial security, residential and commercial security, and event security as well too.
Oh, so no like high level like G license, anything like that?
Say what?
Like any high level security like G license, like
G license, armed security, all that stuff. Yeah. So
with the Premier.
With the Premier, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so with the commercial security, pretty much we do that because just for liability reasons. So like we want to basically say, for instance, like if I have like 4 or 5 contracts in Wynwood that we just pretty much provide security guards, like we keep that separate from BES. Because God forbid something happens with BPS, that shit goes on the window, and then under the radar, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so you have armed guards under Premier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
But as a separate service from BES.
Yes. Now, if we do, here's the thing too. Like we do have insurance for both of them, for BPS and BES. Our insurances are a lot more hardened when it comes to BPS. So what we do is we kind of like outsource BPS with BES, basically, if that makes sense, to just cover our. Cross our.
How's insurance costs for that?
I don't want to get into it.
Niggas like expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have to be, you're taking care of other people. So I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure other people.
Armed security insurance is crazy. Like one of the main things too is that you have to really like be very careful. A lot of people don't really know this, is that you can definitely have general liability when it comes to security, but there's definitely clauses that you need to have within security alone to be able to be accounted for. Like for instance, like assault and battery. Assault and battery, that clause, that policy is a separate thing on top of when it comes to insurance. And that's where it gets fucking expensive. Yeah. But a lot of people out here be Mickey Mouse and shit, so.
I mean, we're in Miami. It's
scheme
capital.
Yeah.
It's a scheme capital,
Miami,
Florida, man.
Yeah. Now, I want to get into, being that I know about the nightlife and clients, what about girls?
What about girls?
We got them all. Miami got them all, baby. Come to Miami. Come live your dreams.
What about
Miami
girls,
blood.
sir? Oh man, we about to get into it now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, wrap up.
No, so do you have a person? You know what I mean? Because I mean, I know that clients come like, listen, I'm gonna be here. I want girls. Maybe they have a specific preference. They want, you know what I mean? So do you have a person, or have you personally been the one that goes and finds them?
I do have a couple people that I work with that does find me quality women to be able to have, you know.
What do you define quality women?
Okay,
let's touch on that.
Let's talk about it. So for me,
Do you want to hit the button again?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. There you go.
For me.
For me,
kids learning.
I don't necessarily like to get 9s and 10s when it comes to my clients, or 11s or 12s. I don't.
Is it because they're too?
They don't know how to fucking have fun.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
That's
It's
it.
Miami. They don't know how to act either.
They just like to just sit on the fucking table, take fucking selfies, and just chill. Now,
And drink for free.
And drink for free as well too. Me personally, I like my 7s. I like my 8s.
Yep, that like to have
because
fun.
they like to have fucking fun and get after it. Yeah. Yes, that's the type of women I love.
That would tie into you providing the service of having fun with your concierge.
So, question for you: Do you have to break off the people that provide you the women for what you're making?
It just depends. So like, you know, there's like a level of atmosphere models. So like I have a person who has a atmosphere model company. So pretty much
what's an atmosphere model?
So
damn, that's a good question.
yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. So atmosphere model is a
Is
person.
she up there?
Yeah. So atmosphere model pretty much is a model that knows how to have a great time, and
They know how to guide the people.
they know how to guide the people. They know how to cater to the clients.
They know their
as well,
position.
too. Atmosphere. They pretty much
They
there we go.
adapt to
They
the
elevate
atmosphere.
the atmosphere. Yes. Okay. Now here's another thing too. For me, I do have a lot of women in my corner that I do take care of, like in other ways, as far as like what the type of services I'm able to provide. Because not only with BES or BPS, but I also have a digital agency as well. So like a lot of these women are actually like models and actually like influencers. So I'm able to kind of like barter. I'm like, yo, listen, if you just come out with me for like the month or whatever, like I'll give you like a free month of like photo shoots. You know what I'm saying? Like the type of services and the type of things that I have, and like the me being a content creator and like me being the owner of like a digital agency, I'm able to leverage that with.
Yeah, because everything's on the one
It's
umbrella.
like
but you
the,
can
it's,
just
it's
kind
like the
of-
old school bartering where
Bro,
it's like,
listen.
yeah, you want to go,
Bro,
I'll give you my thing or whatever.
Not all
Transactions have to be monetary.
Doesn't have to be money.
Yeah.
It can be
And
barters.
it's funny because that's a very, I don't think that's a very common thing nowadays. I feel like most people just want the money and not like, well, listen, I'm going to take care of you. You take care of me in whatever way we need to take care of each other. You know, you have your thing, I have my thing. I feel like a lot of people right now is more focused on like, I want my money.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that really kind of attributes to like, you know, the age of social media as well too. Instagram, all these men just pretty much hyping these fucking women on a
We've been dying to talk about that.
Listen, don't get me started.
Don't get me started.
No, for real.
Start on
No, for real. Like,
This will be a fucking 7-hour
like,
Patreon.
Like, yo, like we're the ones that basically like is diluting like the quality when it comes to
right. 1,000%.
all these, you know, all the different
I
scenarios.
asked you that to transition into, because I'm good at segueing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I see.
about these bitches.
Because the thing is that like I know exactly what you're saying when it comes to the ones that are baddies. They don't know how to act. You just look at them and it's like for me, I'm not even gonna press the button because we got like 8 for me's already.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all
But
good.
for me, I'll look at them. I'm like, you just look corny. Like you're gorgeous, yes,
Yeah.
but. And then maybe some thirsty dude's gonna fucking doesn't care that you just sit there and just don't do shit, don't talk to nobody. You just want to sit there and look cute. Maybe they don't care because they've never been next to a bad chick like that. But in my perspective, I'm just like, I'd rather have a chick that's a little less or just less attractive, but is in the, you know, in the section hyping up and doing stupid shit, being quirky, being funny.
Yeah.
I'll take that any day.
Yeah.
So
facts.
I know with clients that I've dealt with, the gold digging whores
Niggas been dying.
Jesus.
Dying.
The gold digging whores,
Yeah.
hooers, said back in my hometown, are the worst people to deal with because they act like it's their money.
Yeah. No,
Like
facts.
it's their table, it's their boat, it's their this, and it's like you're literally just a whore.
Yeah.
Like you're just a chick that just is fucking with the right guy, and she's just the guy's crazy about you and just lets you do whatever you want. No one can tell you no.
Capitalizing on that shit.
So how do you deal with that? Being you're in concierge, you know you're dealing with chicks that try and act like they're the fucking boss or just, you know, try and control the show when they are just, you know.
Yeah, like at that point, do you let it rock or you
by,
just like
by being very transparent with like the clients. And
Do
letting
you tell them? Because
Of
that's
course I do.
that's a very dicey situation.
Why is it dicey?
Because I've dealt with clients that are extremely in love with these women, and if you say anything bad about them,
they'll fire you.
It's like
on the spot.
I've never been fired over that, but it's like you can feel them out. Like, dog, don't say nothing bad about that bitch. Like, don't say nothing remotely. Let her do whatever she wants, whatever she needs. Give it to her. So how do you maneuver that in a business way without tainting your
The client
relationship?
the client is never right. The client is like the client.
Love that.
Let's just keep it all the way.
I
above.
apply that.
So
a
do
lot
you
of
think the
times.
client is always right? Is ancient?
Fuck that.
Very
the client's
ancient.
never always right. Never. Like if
Especially when they're coked up.
First of all, if the client's always right, then like why the fuck am I there?
Exactly. You could do it on your own.
Why am I the person? Like why am I there? Like I'm the one that's actually the counsel for these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
I'm letting you talk. I understand it. I just want them to understand it.
I have no problem whatsoever for keeping it all the way funky because at the end of the day, I'm not about the short term. I'm about the long term.
Yep.
And then guess what? If the client gets butthurt about me saying that and he wants to get rid of me, okay, cool, whatever. There's more money out there. Like I don't care. Like I'm not tied into anybody.
Respect.
That's the beauty about me.
Respect. I mean, like I said, I've been in certain situations.
Yeah, I hear you. I got you.
Where,
I got you.
Where
it's like
his side piece
the
or his
woman
chick
is like a
fucking nightmare.
gold.
A nightmare.
But to
She's a
him,
fucking nightmare.
his mindset is like his apparent or his perception of her is that she is gold and she
she's
can't
the
do
queen.
nothing wrong.
Yeah.
No, definitely, man. Bro, I've been in so many situations before where like, yo, like even if the client wants them or like just wants them to be there, like I'm always about like the betterment of the client, no matter what.
Have you ever had clients shorty hit on you?
Yes.
What do you do in that situation?
Absolutely nothing.
He said, what do you mean? Take him home.
Yeah.
Fucking mean.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
So what do you do? So let's go into women in the job.
Okay.
You worked in clubs, bottle girls, servers, bathroom ladies, whatever the fuck.
They the most fire. I'm gonna keep it real.
The bathroom attendants.
Of course.
So humble.
Of course.
You know,
What?
so
They
attentive.
the real housewives.
They're
They're the ones that will hold it down on the household.
Have
Fuck
you
out of here. Yeah.
cooking you breakfast? and
Yes.
shit? Yeah.
What? And older too and seasoned. You know what I mean?
What do you feel about, or have you your experience of, you know, dipping your toe in the pool? You know, messing with people that you work with.
So this is not cap for me.
Dog, you're running up like 18 for me's right now.
I'm being facetious, but not for real. Like a lot of people may think that I'm lying when it comes to this, but I've only had one. Like
That was a long one. So
One.
is this 1.5? Was one a midget?
One. O-N-E. One friggin'
Situation.
relationship.
One, you know,
Situation, yeah.
with
Situationship.
Yeah,
Situationship.
sure, that's fine. That's fine. With the industry.
Would you like to state
Elaborate.
what club? Nobody's gonna know.
That might be too much.
Nobody's gonna know. No, you know how many fucking people work at each clubs? And it was probably like
Story.
Story. Okay, I literally don't know many. So
She used to work.
mean, it could've been
she used
different
to work.
eras.
She used to work at Story, and the funny part is when we hooked up, like she used to work at Story when I wasn't there.
all right, so,
So
then,
yeah,
it,
was
then
recent.
it works.
Yeah, it was recent. Yeah,
Okay,
but no. But
so how do you feel about that? Was it a good experience? Was it like, damn, now when I go back to Story, I got to deal with, you know, I saw you with some other, you know.
No, I didn't really necessarily dealt with that because, I mean, she knew what time it was. I knew what time it was. And it wasn't really that type of experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, we rocked with each other. We did what we needed to do. But it never was on some shit like, you know. Well, I will say this. There was one time, whatever, where, like, I was kind of, like, you know, inebriated. I was having a good time. And she was working. And I did have another girl.
That's the best.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But she knew what time it was, but she still kind of got a little bit jealous as well, too. Like, yo, like, you gonna do this shit at my fucking job, nigga?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. I fucked up. It won't happen again. Like, yeah, no, for real.
It's funny because there's, in my experience, that there's some that don't care, where it's like, we already know what this is. Like, we're just whatever. But then there's some that get territorial where it's like,
I think listen, I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, I think for me, I just don't really like the fact that everybody be fucking with each other in the industry.
They do.
Like, and you know what? Get in how you fit in, but that's just not me. Like, I just like the fact that, like, okay, this woman I've been dealing with, like, obviously, like, you know, it is what it is. Like,
wait, you still messing with her?
Huh?
You still messing with Shorty?
Nah, not really.
Yo, why you calling him out on this shit?
No, because I don't know if he got a girl. I don't know if he got a girl.
No,
I don't want to, like, I'm trying to, like, you know,
I mean,
I'm not trying to be dry snitching. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's fine. No.
I'm like, so it was July 2021, right?
He said recently. I was like, yo, cut. I was like, cut.
Yeah. No. I'm single as a dollar bill.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. My boy's on the market.
Yes,
Truth brand. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying?
Live your truth.
615.
Yeah.
What? 366.
615.
Benches 8 plates. You know what I'm saying? My boy, we out here.
But yeah, bro, like, everybody be I really feel like in some type of, like, form, like, everybody be fucking with each other. And
I mean, it comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory. It definitely does. But
you're drunk. Everyone. I mean, most people are drinking on the job. Everyone's having fun. It's a party vibe. Of course, you know what I mean. It's just, you're gonna be, at some point you're gonna be.
But can I actually be with somebody seriously that's in the nightlife?
That's different. I'm not talking about relationships.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, but
yeah, go ahead.
It's a valid statement. I mean, it's a question you ask yourself, right?
Yeah.
But that's a valid question.
It is valid.
Can you be with somebody that's in a, like, think about it.
Rough.
So for me, it's not necessarily about insecurity. It's not about, like, not being able to trust.
It's just the lifestyle.
It's the lifestyle as well too. But, like, I would want to find somebody, like, especially, like, here's the thing. So,
what is Marvel looking for the ladies out here?
For the ladies, we're dropping
Marvel
it
Bishop
right here.
Bro.
I mean, I'm not really looking for anything right now. I'm just focused on my empire. But if I was looking for somebody, I would look for somebody that is my complement.
Yeah,
that is my yin to my yang.
So you don't think someone in the club industry can be your compliment?
I'm not saying they can't.
You just prefer not to.
I just prefer not to, because I just would love to, if I would be on the market, as far as, like, I would love to find somebody that's, like, not in that industry, that, like, that doesn't have to deal with that.
I got a follow-up question.
Go ahead.
Before I forget.
Go ahead.
Don't you think you'll be contradicting yourself with that, though?
Go ahead.
Because think about it.
How?
If you had somebody that wasn't in the industry, let's say somebody had a 9 to 5, corporate, 9 to 5.
Registered nurse.
Your work, registered nurse. You know what I'm saying? Filipino. Let's just see. You want to keep one with it?
5'6".
Filipino women are fire.
Filipino women are always nurses.
Yes.
Shout out to Joe Coy.
Yes.
I learned that with Joe Coy. But what I'm saying is, going off of that statement, it's like, if you had somebody that wasn't in the industry, but you're getting home 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
6,
She's
7.
been home. She's eating dinner by herself. You're eating McDonald's and shit, chimichurris at Alapata. So it's like,
Definitely not, but okay.
Hey, shout out to Primo. Alapata.
No, Primo's fine. You know what I'm saying? But McDonald's, nah, my nigga.
Yeah, but my question is, like, you said that you wouldn't want somebody in the industry, but don't you think that would make more sense, being that you're also have the late nights, the early mornings, the constant calls?
Okay.
That's a
valid
question.
That's a valid question. So for me, so here's the beauty about me. The beauty about me and my business is that I'm able to pretty much politic and honestly, you know, work in, like, these vast venues. I'm not pretty much working at one venue. I do think that it can be problematic dating somebody in the industry if you're working in the same venue.
Yeah, that's
for a
rough.
fact.
I've seen that before, and I don't know how motherfuckers do that shit, bro. And it's not even because about, like, trust or whatever this and that. It's like, yo, like, there is you know Jason Capital?
No.
Chase Capital, you know, he's a big marketer here. Like, you know, he lives in Puerto Rico. He said something as far as like, you have to make sure that like you and your woman are never ever in the gray area where like you guys are always hanging out with each other all the time and always seeing each other. Like, you know, what is it? Absence pretty much, you know, makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah. And when you're actually working in the same venue, that can tend to be very, very problematic because you're always seeing each other. Yeah. So if I'm with a girl that works at, say if I was working at Story right now, and the girl also works at Story as well too, we get dressed, we live together, right? We leave together. Go ahead. All right. We live together. We leave together. We go to the same venue together, and then we leave back together. Yeah. It's like, when is there a time where, like, for me, yeah, when is there a time for me to just chill?
And not only that, too, in hospitality, you know that the women have to. You know what I mean? They have to
of course.
Sway
they gotta work. They gotta get that body part.
Like, no, they gotta get that. So it's like you gotta watch your girl.
Yeah.
You know,
but
what
I don't want to watch my girl, bro.
Exactly.
I don't want to police my girl.
Because you're also working yourself.
Yeah,
fam.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying on both ends, in the sense of like, say he's security at Story, his girl's a bottle girl. His girl gotta be, hey, you know, all up in the section.
Just imagine. I'm sorry, real quick. Like, yeah, my bad. I know. I just got like, just not flashbacks, but like, I could just imagine if I had a girl or whatever.
He's like fucking in the cold sweats and
shit.
Yeah,
like, for real.
That fucking bitch.
And then like the cocktail, like my girl who's a cocktail waitress, whatever. She's at the same table that I'm at. I'm doing security at Story, and then like
you got the entourage bending over.
For real. Like, yo, that happens. Just imagine. Yo, I've seen that before.
He's just sitting there like,
yo, and you can't do nothing about that shit. Cause you know how these clients, bro. You know how these pages, bro. Listen, you know how these pages are, bro.
And y'all both at work. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
Any little thing
and the girls have to kind of take it because it's like that's their money.
That tip, that 22% they get, but minimum.
But there's also a contrary with the security.
Yeah,
there's girls that love a man in a suit.
Facts.
That'll come up to you and yoke your ass up and be like, "Yo," and
facts.
So it's ladies. You know what I'm saying? Don't give it all to the bottle girls. The security get love too.
Yeah.
Bro. Facts.
You wanna elaborate a lot?
Nah. I mean, I'm just saying from just what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? What I've seen is like the bottle girls get love, but then there's security that, you know, drunk girls are in the club that just, yo, you look good, you're in a suit or whatever, you look good. They don't give a shit. They're just like, dog, you look good. Like, I'm staying at the
fucking. They're not here for a long time. They're here for a good time.
So we're going to go into the segment now. Segment for us is called, our new segment this year from season 3. It's called
For Me.
So our segment is where we are, pretty much we've been putting on our socials for people to write in about shit that they want advice on or things that they want, you know, just for us to touch on. Anything, honestly, as well as our guest, a.k.a. Marvel Bishop, a.k.a. 6'19", 367.
First 15, now 19.
Benches 14, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, now it's 14, yeah.
So
completely off topic. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah,
so
it's not
on the moment because time keep on ticking.
Questions, whatever our viewers have.
I'm down.
All right, so one of the ones that we got today is, how did you guys get introduced to sex? You want to be first?
I told you it's probably random.
How did I get introduced to sex?
Yeah.
Like my first time? Like popping my cherry? Like what?
Whatever the fuck comes to your mind. I mean, I have something that comes into my mind. Whatever comes into your mind.
Okay, so I mean, I lost my virginity at 15. That's
okay, same here.
Very
respect.
But I can't really say that I was like really like introduced to sex because that was just I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah, same here.
Now I will say that how I was introduced to sex and like actually how to like, you know, like please a woman. Let's do that.
Whatever you feel.
It's your show.
Okay, so 3 years later, when I was 18,
February 24th.
February 24th, right?
73 degrees out.
This one woman that I actually learned everything from. She was 38 years old, 36.
I was about to ask, was she older?
That's the best.
She older,
That's the best.
And she taught me everything.
Everything.
She taught me how to fuck. She taught me how to kiss. She taught me how to court. She taught me how to all that.
Nationality?
She was white.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong
That's
with
a
that.
spin. That's a spin.
I had one of those.
Yeah. So
2000.
Relax, nigga. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Don't blow up your own spot.
No, I'm saying back in the day. This is back when I was younger. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, no. I mean, nothing else. Like, she basically like taught me like everything.
That's what's up. I had one of those. Well,
Go for it.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I think of that question, how I was introduced to sex, I just remember the first time I was introduced to porn.
That was my answer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and honestly, like I said, it's all like
There's no wrong answer.
there's no wrong
Like,
answer. I mean, I remember the first time one of my boys showed me what porn was, and it was like it was anime magazine clippings, and I was like, "What is this?" And
Well,
he was-
like hentai.
Nah, it was just like these like cartoon characters that were like he had like clipped out of like a fucking magazine, and he like. Do you guys remember the little boxes that you would have like your markers and shit in that had like the rigid top?
Yeah.
He had like a whole porn stash in that thing. And I went to his house and he showed me, and I was just like, "What is this shit?" And it was just like naked anime chicks, and I was just like, "What is this?" He's like, "This is porn. What do you mean?" And I was just like, "Oh." And then from there, I just turned into what I am today.
Sex addict.
Nice.
Anonymous.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to Sex Addicts Anonymous. What about you, Berto? What you watch a fucking
Porn, nigga.
Gay porn.
Cable box. For kids that
Channel-
don't know these
Channel
days,
99?
we used to have a box, right?
The black box?
Netflix shit. The black box.
Oh wow. Okay, now I'm remembering.
Where we
shit.
had to,
Okay.
I had to put in 2 numbers
to
to get the actual picture.
Yeah.
But was it?
was porn.
Was it New York though at that time? Obviously, right?
Nah, I was already here. I was already in Miami.
Was
You
it
know
Channel
what?
99?
I don't know what
It
channel it
was-
was. I just know it was 2 numbers. Like, it was either like 68 or 67, and like I had to do it twice because the first one was like the zzz,
Yeah.
and then
yeah,
there was like
yeah.
the second one was like the still blurry,
Yeah.
but I could see
Blurry.
titties and
Yeah,
that.
the
Yo,
blurry, the
ours-
blurry black and white shit.
Yeah.
I got
Ours,
you.
got a little bit more
ours
picture.
up north was Channel 69, Channel 99, and it would be like the squigglies, and then it would like be clear for like
A couple
40
seconds,
seconds, and then it would go right back. And in that 40 seconds, you better fucking do what you got to do, because if not, you're not gonna have another chance.
Yeah, I mean, my shit was just porn. I mean, I learned all my shit from porn,
Yeah.
and then I started applying it. Like, it's just
He's
that's
like,
my
okay,
shit.
so slap here.
Go up here, click here, and
Did you have that composition book back then too, like with all the notes for sex?
Don't do that.
You see how he be trying to play me, right? That's why I capitalize when I try to capitalize.
I got
This is
you.
what
I got
this is
you.
what
I got you.
I got to deal with.
I got you.
Moving along, Will. So we got Bishop
All right, we
Executive Services covered. We got Bishop Premier Services covered. VCB Media and No Way But Up. I know we talked about a little bit about the podcast. I know you've been more or less 3 years in. Is that correct? With the podcast,
about 3 years.
About
yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
But talk to us a little about No Way Up. No Way But Up. Talk to us a
So
little bit about that.
so No Way But Up is actually it's a mantra. It's a saying. It's kind of like just do it. It's not necessarily a business just yet, but I'm actually like really like gearing towards, and like it's gonna be like a lifestyle and an apparel brand.
Okay.
Like lifestyle streetwear and also gym wear brand. Like
Holla
that.
at me.
Yeah, you guys can talk. You guys can talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in the process of creating something new, but I
Okay.
also had a brand. I was actually speaking
Yeah.
with him recently. You know, I've been in stores in Wynwood and stuff like that.
Okay.
So,
Dope.
You want to talk about it?
Nah, I mean, that's my past.
It's prolific though.
It's probably
No. So I'm in the process of building something else.
Dope.
But as far as branding or anything like that, man, I mean, I'm not a guru whatsoever. But
UT University, baby.
if I can be of any service to you,
No, yeah,
with
definitely, man.
that, as far as like designs. and
yeah,
stuff.
as of, I mean, yeah, we could definitely talk about that. As far as that, like that's kind of like something like, you know, in the works, maybe about a year or two from now. I got some designs, but like I definitely want to, you know, kind of conquer like my first initial like businesses first, and then before I
Yeah.
get into like, you know, apparel.
You don't want to chase too many rabbits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but the No Way But Up brand, like that's pretty much me as a person who is like, at the end of the day, it's like there's nothing when it comes to like it's literally no way but up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like your motivation, like, you know, your pretty much your mentality, like there's never a point where like you want to stop. There's never a point where, you know, you don't want to just, you know, be stagnant, be complacent. You always want to strive for greatness. So it's like, it's literally like, you know, it's metaphorically, but literally like the pretty much the saying. And I've been having that saying honestly for a very, very long time. And I coined it and I trademarked it and it's mine. which is great. So I am hopefully within the next year or so going to be, rolling out some T-shirts or whatever. And that right there is actually, to me, is going to be like the $1 billion ticket.
Now, do you No Way But Up, is that the name of the brand?
Yes.
Or is that like, for example, like a Rome where like his brand is truth, but his logos and his vision and his images are all truth? Like, are you going to just design apparel that says No Way But Up?
Yeah.
Or is it just like, all right, this is the brand, but like my designs are going to come from like, my childhood, my traumas, my this, my that. You know what I mean? Like, is No Way But Up just the face of the brand? Or is it like, all right, I'm gonna make this an apparel brand, but I have this idea for this type of design.
There's gonna be like levels of different type of designs that I want to do. Kind of like what Rome does, like the moment of truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has his other like kind of like different like levels of like designs that he wants to do. So I mean, yeah, definitely.
We're gonna have to talk about that offline, man.
Yeah,
like I said, I'm not a guru, but I think I could definitely I could help in a small way.
Cool.
Now with all the things you got going on, Bishop. I haven't even asked you. You go by Marvel or do you go by Bishop?
Well, Bishop's my last name, but it's Marvel.
Marvel.
But people,
I feel like Bishop is like a cooler, like kind of like nickname.
It's funny because
like Bishop from Juice. Who is Bishop in Juice?
From Juice.
Well,
yeah.
Bishop
is
Tupac.
Tupac. Yeah.
Bishop from Tupac. Yeah, from that too. But also like Lucas Bishop is actually the first X-Men.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Who was Lucas Bishop?
Some
wasn't he the
big
Wolverine?
fucking,
Yeah, wasn't he Wolverine?
Yeah.
No?
Huh? Was he in? Yes, he was in Wolverine.
Was he Wolverine? Yeah.
He was in Wolverine. Yeah.
So I'm saying, I'm like,
Yep.
sound like some superior shit.
Yeah.
Like Bishop, Lucas Bishop.
Yeah.
My name is Bishop.
Yeah. So.
Go ahead.
I already know where you're going with this.
What?
You're lit.
I'm chilling.
When he starts throwing shit at me, like, take it away, Berto. Take it away, sir.
I'm
He's over here
chilling.
holding the mic. Nah.
So I mean, honestly, I want to go into in the sense of nightlife and having a grasp on your mental health. I know the long nights, the stress, the anxiety, the yeses, the nos. How has that been on your overall mental health? Do you think the stress and everything has helped you out? Obviously, like, you're progressing with your business. Do you think that that's helped you get a hold of everything, or has it been detrimental? Because the thing is that there's two ways. Like, you're going up and you're progressing, so it's a positive. But then there's also the struggle, the everyday struggle. You're trying to grind and everything like that and grow, which can be hindering.
And the seasons, there's a lot of things that come into play with your business.
So what I will say about the seasons is that I'm in a very, very interesting position with my concierge business because, yes, like, I could definitely have clients all throughout the year. I could definitely be way, way, way more consistent, but there's never necessarily like a downtime for me because the season's usually from like October to maybe about May. We have F1 now as well too. But then in the summer, which is usually like downtime for everybody, I'm actually really busy that time because all my soccer clients from Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal, PSG, they come here to Miami. So
there's really no downtime.
There's really no downtime, but there may be some downtime. But like as far as like like the volume of how many clients you can have, bro. Like at the end of the day, like a lot of people need to understand, not just in like concierge, but also in business and entrepreneurship. Like you eat what you kill. So since you eat what you kill, like you have to be very, very mindful and very, very thoughtful as far as like making sure that like you don't blow your fucking money. Like, like that's one of the reels I actually had on my personal, like, IG where like, yo, you like as a concierge host in nightlife and hospitality, like you got to save your money. You know what I'm saying? And that can actually attribute to like your mental health as well too, because if you're out here, not have that client for about a month or so and you're freaking broke and shit,
dry.
You know what I'm saying? You're dry and all that stuff, that can really be detrimental to your psyche. You know what I'm saying? Also too, like it's just like this type of like business I'm in, this industry, it's very, very competitive. Everyone's
trying to make their money.
Everybody's a middleman.
Yeah.
Everybody can get you a yacht. Everybody can get you a table. Everybody can get you a freaking reservation.
Everybody has the best
you
prices.
can get yeah, exactly. You just do security, but you can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like right then and there, like you really got to be like very, very like
strategic about
about, you know, making sure that, you know, you have like a flow within your business as well too.
Yeah.
Because
But I think like what you said earlier attests to a lot of what your success is going to be, is where, and I've been told the same thing, like when you work security, they can see you're more than that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I see you're a body, you're protecting me. You know what I mean? That's what's up. But the fact that you have people, and I've had people in the same scenario where it's like, bro, you like, why? It's like words where they question you, like, why are you just doing this? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like,
facts.
you could be doing a lot more than this shit, and you're like, okay. I mean, I already knew it, but it's like, that is almost like kind of like a confirmation. You know what I mean? Where it's like, dog, like you're gonna be good. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, you've already conquered the security aspect. You know what I mean? So now you have this network that's helping you in your next venture, which is, you know, concierge and everything like that. But yeah, I lost my track.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. No, mental health is very, very big.
And Will is back.
No, because the thing is, what I was saying was like along with the mental health, where it was like, no, you don't.
This is what I gotta do.
But
Is this an everyday thing? Like is this
Every Tuesday.
every
nigga.
Tuesday, right?
every other
Every other
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Get it right, bitch. But like I said, it's just like where people can see that other side in you. You know what I mean? Where it's like they know who's just a body, where people just, you know, I've been with security, they don't talk, they just sit there, they're just bodies. You know what I mean? And there's other people that you can, just like you, where you can have an intellectual conversation with them and also be that body. You know what I mean? So you're kind of like the best of both worlds in that. So I just wanted to say that on my part.
No, appreciate it.
Now, I know you mentioned a couple things in your podcast, and you mentioned it a couple times here, and I'm a very big advocate for relationships over transactions. You mentioned that multiple times in your podcast.
All the time.
You mentioned that here. I'm again, me, one of my best friends, very, very big on that. Like,
Who will?
One of my best friends.
Like, subscribe.
Like,
Will _.
so for somebody who wasn't, just don't pay attention. You just grab them out. For somebody that is looking to make that transition, right? What would you suggest to a viewer or somebody that's just like, listen, I'm in this position right now. It doesn't have to be security. I'm just in this position. I really want to go here, but same thing. I'm black, minority, don't look like I come from money. You've broken barriers and gotten into places where your relationships have taken you. What's something that you would recommend to somebody that's like, listen, I want to go this way, but I don't know how to. You're big on relationships. How would you say your relationships have helped you? Not necessarily get into the door, but like get into the door and be like, okay, like, yeah, I'm Marvel. I'm the security guy, but I'm not here to talk to you about a client. I'm here to talk to you about this business adventure or this business idea.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that you always have to really, really be just privy of is
Boy, with the vocabulary, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, as a
I was gonna say mindful, and they said privy. I was like,
yeah,
I gotta write that one
SAT,
down. I was over here like,
you have to be privy for.
You gotta put the pen on the
is
tongue.
that with an apostrophe on the E or the I?
Oh boy, yeah, let me see the pen.
Yo, y'all niggas is
My boy was
crazy.
like,
Yo, y'all niggas is crazy. One thing you have to be very, very privy for is when it comes to just business in general is that, you know, like the overall respect that not people have for you, but you have for yourself.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is that you also have to really check like in your circle as well too. Is like who fucks with you and who you fuck with. So very, very cliche saying, but it's so true. Like you are the representative of the 5 people who are in your life. Whoever's in your circle is pretty much how you view yourself and how other people view you.
Yep.
So
And their representation of you.
Exactly. So if your circle is fucked up, right?
Yeah,
you have
you.
to fix that in order to be respected from other people. That's the first step. After that, you got to be useful and valuable to and be a tool to other people.
How so?
So
How are you a tool? Put it that way.
I'm just a
Besides the
source.
obvious.
Yeah, the obvious.
Because that's something that actually might be a question. How is this going to be? You know, like I'm sure people that you surround yourself with.
What can I do for other people versus what they can do for me?
Besides, like just by looking, he's probably a security guard, right? Like, what value? Why is he around this multimillionaire?
What value I could actually pretty much give other people? You know what I'm saying? Just reverse engineer all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay,
chess, man.
Yeah, chess.
Fucking chess.
Literally, it goes back into the whole. Listen, it's you know, it's not just by happenstance. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is all strategic. You know what I pretty much do. And after that, then once you're pretty much useful to other people, then you can pretty much put yourself in a position to pretty much, you know, get yourself to like, you know, pretty much like another level. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you can be like, you know, like high value, like when it comes to other people.
So I'm going to challenge you again.
Go ahead.
How are you valuable to them?
How am I valuable to people?
Marvel Bishop, Miami, concierge,
BS,
hospitality industry. What are you bringing to the table?
That's different.
Why am I going to hire you? Because trust me, sooner or later we're going to have to hire you for fucking getting us bottles and shit.
So number one,
I need the whole shit.
So number
one, get that bag. You heard Apple Podcast.
The way that I am valuable, honestly, number one is through how personable, how caring, how distinct I am with dealing with my clients. Number two, I always tell people, there is a difference between a regular reservation and a bishop reservation.
What's the? I need the bishop.
Yeah.
So what's the bishop?
The bishop reservation is.
Talk to me. How much is going to be? Tell me.
How much? You want to know how much?
Well, he has different tiers. He said different tiers. Right?
I want the deluxe. What's the bishop deluxe? Tell me.
The bishop deluxe, like the
pause,
black level.
If I have to say pause.
No, that's fine. So like, you know, like the black level, I would say package honestly would be like anywhere between $30,000 to $50,000 for the weekend.
Okay.
3 days?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
3 days. It covers about 3 to 4 days.
Now, but that includes stay, transportation,
yes.
everything, even food.
Transportation, no, it doesn't.
Not food, but like restaurants and like
restaurants, lounges, private security, personal shopping, liaison work. But then also too, the relationships I'm able to have, I have with these different venues.
Is that top-notch places?
It's a top-notch places, which pretty much gets you in the doors. Because for instance, like, okay, I'll give you an example. You go to this one spot that's called Komodo, right? There is a difference between a regular. Y'all know about Komodo, but there is a clear difference between
the peasants,
a regular reservation, and a person that would actually get a reservation through Bishop. Everything is heightened. Everything is a lot more.
So walk me through it. Walk me through it. Yo, Marvel, I need a reservation at fucking Komodo tonight. I got 8 people with me. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Click.
What time?
It's 9:23. I need it 11 o'clock.
So for the simple fact that you actually calling me the day of,
cancel,
which is egregious. That's number one. Yeah. But it's all good.
But it happens.
But it happens, and I make it happen.
And especially people with money, they feel
just off of that alone. I'm able to pretty much definitely. No, that's what you pretty much pay for. Me making things happen like in a moment's notice.
All right, 8 people, Komodo tonight at 11 o'clock.
Yep, 11 o'clock.
Click.
Okay, you click pretty much. You go in, depending on how much money you pay, you either get in there, either by yourself or either with me. If it's the highest level, I'm actually walking you through Komodo and pretty much getting you at your table. And there's no buffer, there's no wait. Like even when I'm not there, the people is actually in the front. Like they know my name.
So what are you doing? So you, as soon as they click, are you calling your connect?
I'm calling my connect. I'm calling my GM. Say, hey, listen, I have a client of 8 people. I need this, this, and this. Okay, cool, boom. Then after that, then about 10:45, I'm there waiting for them, and I literally take them from the beginning of Komodo and walk them into their table.
Once they sit down, then you're out.
Depends on the situation. Maybe I sit with them. Maybe I politic. Maybe I actually host them as well too.
You're like, can I get an order of the crab legs?
No, for real. Like sometimes, like most of the time, I'm actually like having dinner with them and like you know,
I was gonna
building
ask you
the relationship.
I was
with
gonna
them.
ask you like how do you like do you go out with, because it's like, all right, let's say we're Miami. Friday, Saturday, Sundays here is lit every weekend, right?
Every day.
You can't be in multiple places. You're only one person. So how do you choose who to attend to, even though you have multiple bookings for that night? Because
it depends who pays the most.
Okay, so you base it off of the highest.
Yeah, and not even that too, but maybe not necessarily just all about money, but like also too, like, you know, depending on who the client is.
Yeah, the relationship.
If it's a client who I've known for a very, very long time and I'm really, really cool with, then I'm like, even if I'm getting paid less, I'm more worried and I'm more wanting to foster that relationship more than me just getting like an extra $500.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Now, what would you say is something that you've experienced that you wish somebody had talked to you or taught you before you experienced it in life? Does not have to do with the nightlife. In life, this is a very general question that we like to ask all our guests that come on here. In life, I'll give you an example. A lot of people, we had people tell me, we had entrepreneurs that have sneaker stores say, "Hey, I wish I would have known about taxes, saving for taxes. I wish I would have known about mental health as an adult. I wish I would have known about financial literacy." So like, it's just where you're at now. The Marvel that's here today wasn't the Marvel that was the same person last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So what would you say? You said you're 36.
36, yeah.
In 36 years, it's not necessarily 36 years because in reality, we don't start really feeling shit until we're like, what, 8, 9, 10, and then on?
Yeah, facts.
So like in the last 20 years, what would you say is something that you've experienced in life that you wish somebody had just talked to you about or taught you before you actually experienced it that potentially could have put you in a better place where you are today?
I wish I would have went to business school.
Talk about it.
I wish I would have went to business school in FIU.
How do you think that would have changed you?
I think I would have been way more prepared and maybe not necessarily worry about building planes in the air. But here's another thing too. Me also building planes in the air is also the way I got here too.
Yeah.
So
you gotta trust the process, bro.
Yeah, you gotta trust the process as well. But just like the accounting, the taxes, like the business plan, the marketing plan, like I wish I would have known that before, know how to do that before to be prepared before like literally like just trying to like pull shit out of the sky.
And figuring it out.
Yeah. Facts. And yeah, that's it. That's it.
No, it's valid. I mean, everybody needs. Chris has a mentor. He wish I had a mentor too. We have somebody on here that owns. He's a barber, but he also hands. I don't know if you know him, but Christopherson.
Chopper,
yeah,
that's my man.
We had him on last week.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I'm supposed to interview him actually really soon too.
Yeah. He's really good, man. He was shy a little bit.
Yeah,
he dubbed me for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Yo, Chop, I know you, nigga."
Yeah,
So no, I mean, we like to ask that because we want to make sure that look, our platform is. We're not the drink champs. We're not the Joe Rogans yet.
Not yet.
You know what I mean? We're local, but we're also trying to make this work for everybody who's looking for an out.
Facts.
You know what I mean? We're not celebrities yet, but here are prolific. We want to make sure that we don't like to say we give people flowers because Drink Champs does that, and we salute Drink Champs. We love Drink Champs. Shout out to Drink Champs and
they're
Lori.
Inspiration of
they're an inspiration of what we created here. But we do want to say if nobody has said it, because growing up as men, we're very.
We're not very. It's not as open.
It's not celebrated. It's not celebrated. Be like, yo, you're doing your thing.
Where we
we appreciate.
We don't get our flowers, bro.
Yeah.
We don't get our flowers. I feel like we need to.
You're from up north. He's from up north. I'm up from north. So the majority where we come from is like you don't praise no man. You know what I mean? That shows your weakness.
It shows weakness.
Yeah, exactly.
Or woman. You know what I mean? And, obviously women is different, but like it's very different.
Yeah.
Man to man, it's very rare to see someone to be like, yo, like you're doing your thing.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
So what we're trying to build is a platform of doing that. Like I said, Drink Champs is inspiration. That's where honestly where our podcast came from was I like their whole shit or we like their whole shit. But we're giving you, giving you your recognition. You're doing your thing. We respect you for what you're doing in Nightlife. And being, a young person trying to just fucking grind his way through.
Yeah.
And I know personally how the hospitality industry is, and it's fucking cutthroat. And you really gotta do your thing and shake your hands and do your thing, and play the part, and to get to where you're gonna get. And we're here to tell you that.
Yeah. And again, we don't do it often. So we're here to be vulnerable. We're here to be like, yo, you know what? It's okay to tell a man like, yo, I love what you're doing. Keep doing it, dog. Because even though we're all entrepreneurs, clothing brand, real estate, you know, like everybody's an entrepreneur with some type of side business. But as men, we wake up every day and we're just like, yo, go, 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 go. That's a lot of times we're just like, yo, like, where have I gone? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
sit
like
back and reflect and
it's easy. It's easy to hear from somebody that supports you.
Yeah.
But this is probably the first and longest conversation that we've actually had. You know what I'm saying? So like, just looking from the outside in, we just want to tell you from our platform. It's like, yo, like, we're proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're breaking barriers, and it's not even tied to a monetary thing. Like I don't care if you have a condo, if you drive a freaking Bentley downstairs. I don't care about that. Just off a conversation, we want to build this platform to show like, listen, we all can do this, and we all can do this together by just sharing information. You know, so I just want to say from us, from the prolific brothers here, Café con Leche Studios, like we want to give you your flowers and tell you, yo, what you're doing is powerful, is impactful. You know what I'm saying? Keep going, because we're watching. You know what I mean? And even though we don't get the likes, we don't get the views and all that, we're still watching and we're still taking notes.
Bro, it just takes one person. It takes one view, one like pretty much to be able to be recognized. And if you're able to change that person's life, then it's all worth it at the end.
Reach one, teach one.
Yes.
That's our motto.
Facts.
So we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. We just want to thank you again, Marvel, for coming through, man. Taking the fucking time, man. You know, we went longer, but yo, the content is a conversation. It's meant to happen.
Damn, y'all cheers without me?
Nah,
we about to get with you, bro.
Yes, sir. But listen, man, episode number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for tuning in again. Special shout out to Marvel. We'll drop all his information, all his services that he has to provide. Make sure you guys check him out on IG, on all platforms, on his podcast as well. You can come back anytime, chop it up with us. Always open.
Cleared up pain in my mama's eyes. And my daughter, she watching me closely. Tryna better myself like I should be. I did chill out with all of that street shit. I came a long way, but don't push me. Rest in peace to my bro, it ain't right,
Episode number 4, man.
20 bands, nothing that's lights off. Hit the booth and I turn all the lights off. Gotta get in my zone. Gotta turn on my phone, cause all the smiles is fake and I see it. Bad guy, if I got it, I'll be it. Baptized, but I'm living with demons. Trap vibes, so I'm cashing out demons. No face, where these bitches is here.